The next woman I'm bringing you up, I've known Joyce. To be able to honor Joyce is quite an experience for me. It's back about 3 years ago. I don't know how I connected with Joyce. I think she called me and said she's doing a book on vision boards, and would I be interested in being in it? And I said, I don't know, because the truth is my vision board is very, very sacred. Does anybody feel that way about their vision board? It's a very, very, very sacred piece of art. I actually have a framed vision board in a beautiful gold frame, and it's in my sacred space in my home. And I treat it as a piece of art. And so I said, I just don't know if I'm up for that. She called me again. She said, don't you want to be in my book, The Vision Board? But I said, I don't know. Let me think about it. She called me again. And I think she must have called me a dozen times until finally I said yes to this. And I am so proud. Joyce, did you bring some of the books? Yes, she did. I am so proud when I see my vision board in this beautiful book, because the book that she did on vision boards is so incredible and so well done. And when I heard her speak about the art and the sacredness of vision boards, I understood now why it needed to be in there, because she really does understand where visioning began and how we can bring it into our everyday life, very much like what I believe as well. But also about Joyce, she stepped up and said, I'm going to help you with Amazing Women's Day. And I said, in Los Angeles, I'm going to help you. I said, you are? And she said, yes. And I said, that's fantastic. I'm going to honor you at Amazing Women's Day. And beyond writing the vision board, which is an international bestseller, which gave an advance in publishing that's beyond what I've ever heard when you put your book together. She's an incredible promotional marketer, and she put together, remember the Missing Child campaign that's on milk cartons? She put that campaign. She's the mastermind behind that campaign. And to imagine the number of children that the difference that's made. I mean, think about that for a moment. It's an incredible. There's just a lot here, Joyce. I mean, I could go on forever. I mean, she's just really is a mastermind behind the success of many, many. What is this? $200 million in venture-funded startups.
Ranging from emusic.com, which some of you know, Mark Chasen here, to anybody have an Xbox Connect at home? Where you are the controller. You've probably seen the ads for it. I worked with the launching of that company, and they licensed the technology to Microsoft for an astounding multi-millions of dollars. So just a wide variety of clients that I've worked with have launched products like Soft Scrub, non-abrasive cleanser, to Capri Sun, the juice in the foil packet. I specialize in launching what's called first of its kind product. You have a breakthrough product, nobody's ever used it before. They all say, no, I'm not interested in it. And so what we do is actually show them how to use the product and also to launch it and get it to go to market. So that's what Marsha and I have been talking about, too, with Amazing Women's Day. It's great to have it here and great to get more and more of you involved, but then what happens after today? And so Marsha's already got some of that going.
Yes, I do. But I just tell you that I believe you're a marketing visionary. When I think of you, I think of her ability to be able to see what is missing in the marketplace and how to speak about it and present it, because just in a conversation with her is like, I mean, you walk away with all of this information about how you can craft the description of the work you're doing. And through that, I have to tell you, Joyce, it's immensely inspiring. And I'm a big dreamer. I mean, the truth is, I believe that I hold a big vision. When I sit with her, I see how very small I hold the vision. She helps to expand us.
It's the matter of taking it that level higher. One of the interesting Oprah shows I saw was one lady was sitting. They sit them in the front row. One lady had asked for some carpeting for her home because her children were allergic, and so Oprah gave her some carpeting. And the next lady came on and said that Oprah said she was giving her a new home because she was taking in some foster kids. And the lady with the carpeting goes, but she got a whole house. And Oprah said, your dream has to be bigger.
But I think there's something powerful because I believe that I am I do hold a big vision. And yet, when someone can reflect to us that yet, is there a bigger vision that you can stretch? I don't think we ever get to the place where we cannot stretch a vision further. And I think that's inspiring for us in the room. So whatever your vision is right now, stretch it just a little bit further. Before I go, I just have to show them this.
Yes, please do. This is on chapter 4. It happens to be on the relationships chapter
isn't
2.
that interesting?
And so, goes along with the whole theme of the day of relationships, and soulmates are not just those people that you, espouse. It can be relationships being so important. And Marsh has always held the dream of doing cable TV or a national TV show. So I said, well, why don't we just do all day, Marsh, with the chairs? And then what we can do is syndicate this on what's called video on demand. Some of you know that. And the Cox Network already takes video on demand. And I've got someone else that'll syndicate it to 10 million people. And at least it'll be out there syndicated. Once it's syndicated, we go for some big sponsorship. There you are.
Anybody up for that? Anybody up for that? Thank you, Joyce. Thank you for seeing it. Now, I have to tell you, though, the reason I attribute you to being a vision stretcher, is what I'll call it,
Okay.
is that when she put this in the book, right, this is the vision board, which, by the way, everything has happened here that's here. Everything that... Maybe not the Jaguar hasn't happened yet. But I did manifest a friend that has a brand new blue one. She's not. I did manifest one just like it. She's a friend.
Dealer?
Yeah.
Anybody know a great Jaguar dealer? Okay, see her afterwards.
Okay, there you
maybe
go.
We can do a little product placement.
Okay, I like that idea very much. I'm up for that. But the reason I mention this is that she put in here as my credits, speaker and television personality, Marshingle. Now, remember, this was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I wasn't even thinking of television at that time. But she could see it then and said, let's put that in there. And I was a little bit, okay, I'll go with that. It's not true at this moment, but maybe it is true, and we just haven't seen it yet. So I love that, Joyce.
Well, it is true, because time is something that we create, as you all have heard. And, we can certainly, live the life that we were meant to live. I give you permission from this point on. I start with this idea of grabs, and that's one of the secrets that I'll share with you today very quickly. You start from gratitude. We all know that, but we don't always practice that. Then be ready to receive from this moment on. You don't have to wait. You don't have to do your dues. You don't have to pay and go to 97,000 courses, although there are some great courses here, okay? But at the same time, be ready to receive, because sometimes it's offered and we're not ready to receive. As women, as compliments, we often say, oh, this old thing? My heavens, come on, just receive it. And then a matter of course, acknowledging, and Marsh was talking about acknowledging your accomplishments, and then, of course, asking, which is the one thing that some people have trouble with. The secret is that there wasn't any action following that ask. So we believe it is inspired action, or it's actually taking any action so that you begin to move, and then to believe and being authentic. And if you can't believe, suspend the disbelief, just as if you're walking into a movie theater. Kind of like you're going to see Tron or Avatar, and you're taking your teenage nephew. Well, you don't say to this guy, Johnny, who's, 12, 13 years old, this is a movie, these things aren't really happening. It's not really possible. He's going to take his popcorn and throw you at the head, on your head, because he goes like, I know it's a movie, but don't ruin it for me, right? But we ruin it for ourselves sometimes, just taking that adventure. And then the idea of being authentic. I say in my other book that's out in the lobby, in terms of changing careers, Hillary Clinton never really changed her clothes. And Barbara Streisand never really changed her nose, and they were true to who they were. Hillary had some fancy outfits in the White House, but she went back to those pantsuits because she felt comfortable with them. Maybe they're a little more designer than they were before, but that idea of comfort, and then the idea of sharing. And so it comes full circle. And I've worked with a lot of creative people. I've had a practice in Hollywood since 1986 on how to break into the new Hollywood. And I still work with 26 of my clients have sold films, a number of television celebrities. The whole thing is to keep that cycle of creativity going, and that's what this inspires so much in terms of being able to do it. The idea, Marsh brings up the idea about sharing the vision board. And my thought was that this was something that was really kind of a superstition woo-woo thing, is why couldn't you share? maybe not every part, maybe not every single thing, but to begin to share what's on your vision board so that we can cooperatively help you realize it.
And I like it. I like it. And when I released it, it moved me to the next level with accepting it. Now think about that. When I released it, I wasn't in fear of it being seen anymore. I acknowledged it, announced it, owned it in the publication of this beautiful book. Mm-hmm. But I also have to tell you that the book is a sacred book. When I went a few months ago, year ago, and heard you speak about vision boards. And what's in this book and the way you speak about vision boards is at such a high level of respect for visioning. And that makes all the difference in the world about where do you share your vision board. And so who are you aligning with? And how is she presenting it in such a way that I felt very honored and valued for the work that was here. Also, I think that Renee, who's Renee's in the book as well.
And we've got 7 of the teachers of The Secret, and of course the first chapter starts with the ancient art of visioning, and includes some of Michael Beckwith's material, and also Reverend Cynthia, who's at the Mile High Church, that created his original workbook. And then we also went back to look at where the origin of the vision boards were, from the caveman era all the way through. And it wasn't just a vision board. It is really what we call defining images and visual life and work business planning. So we use them for businesses. Mark Chasen, founder of eMusic, has his board on chapter 7. And that's really about creating his vision of a community called awe. Really awakening wonder and, environment. And it can really be used at all aspects. So the idea that I came up with or extended from some of the materials out there was to have the visioning done in all aspects of our life, just not that giant kitchen sink board.
It's great, beautiful. Let's open it up here. Who has a question?
Anyone want to have their power word or defining image done for the year 2011 very quickly?
Yeah,
okay,
a few of us.
Okay. Oh, Marsh, want to do it?
Sure, why not?
Okay, why not? Okay. You don't even need pictures. Whew. Pick 3 things very quickly in the room that you just kind of jump out at you. 3 things, colors, whatever. Go ahead.
This book.
Okay.
That pink jacket over there that I absolutely love. And I think, let's see, honestly, that WOW poster, I must be drawn to the colors.
Okay. And so what do those have in common?
They're all WOW.
They're all wow. They're all bright and colorful.
Yes, they are.
And at the same time, they are wow. So that's your word. Is the matter of actually, in that case, she actually got the word. But the idea of wow being colorful, of adding more color to her life, and I don't mean to say anything because I wear black all the time, and I've seen you wear some beautiful colors. But the idea of being more colorful, or of actually surrounding yourself with more color, or bringing the color in terms of the color video.
Oh, that's interesting. Like being more colorful could say lots of things about my life.
Be, right.
Being more expressed.
You may want to take an
more
improv
out there.
class.
Yes.
To be more colorful, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Or an improv coach. That
kind
of
thing.
It'd
be fantastic.
Really
I think we should do an improv, Amazing Woman improv.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so that's as simple as it is. We actually offer this every month. We have a certified vision board coaches. We have 107 around the world. Renee is one of ours.
Wow.
And what they do is actually teach not only how to vision board, but how to vision different aspects of your life. Renee is going to be our master coach for love and romance. And we then tie in with people like Ariel and some of the other real leaders in the both motivational and inspirational and business movement. That's my goal, and we were just talking about this outside, is to get some venture funding, get you understanding angel funding. Barbara Klein, who is starting the Breakthrough Center in Corrales, New Mexico, is opening this up to a retreat of actually getting you some money and using what Danny DeVito calls OPM, other people's money, in order to create your own products and services.
That's fantastic. I think there's a workshop in that, too, for all of this room, isn't there? So, do we have... Yes, we do. We had spoken about doing the world's largest vision board for amazing women, and one day we'll do that, I promise. I think we have time for just one more very, very, very quick question. Anybody?
Anybody have a question on why something hasn't happened on their vision board? The question over there. Go ahead.
What about couples creating a
Yes, really good question. And in most cases, I suggest that you create your own vision board first. Okay, and then what you do is come together and create your vision board together, and then compare the couple's board with the individual board to make sure that maybe there's not a need for an additional board to make sure that you want to really create in this next. I work in quarters. In terms of each season, I suggest you create a new vision board. Summer, fall, winter, spring. We're very close to winter here and the official solstice days. And you go ahead and recreate at that point. It's also a wonderful thing to do in terms of if you were working with Mommy and Me or for divorced couples and their families.
That's wonderful. Okay, one more very quick question.
I just attended we had a gathering of 10 women on a Sunday. Thank you. And we were all sitting together on that rainy Sunday afternoon creating vision boards and talking, and it was really a beautiful time. But one of the women, and I'd never heard of this before, said to break our boards up into 9 sections.
Feng shui sections?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I think that's a kitchen sink board. Now, that's the way of, no, there's nothing wrong with the kitchen sink and having it. I think that the boards are more effective. And my work that I've done in terms of the games business and in terms of focusing and laser focusing in on images, and even if you're, the survival show I was talking about last night, dual survival, if you're looking to get to a goal, you have to have some signpost along the way. So you want to create those, but at the same time, going at that one goal at the time. Okay, and so you want to have a vision board for what's the most important thing. In this case, wow. So what is the other thing that most people don't do is they don't have themselves, their God, or their higher power in the center of the board. Right. You are co-creating your life with your God, or your higher power, or your essence, or whatever it is you believe. You need to be in the center of the board. You need to be part of that. And then the board should drive you. Remember, the board is simply a GPS system. It drives you in terms of giving you some kind of traction and directions as to where to go. And you're working the board, of course. The board's not working you.
That's great. Fantastic. I love talking to you.
Thanks so
love
much.
talking to you.
Good. Thank you so much.
Now,
Okay.
hold on. I want to get a picture with you.
Uh-oh.
Photo op.
Okay.
Very important.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful.
Such an honor to honor
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. Good. Thank you.
You're so